Hey, welcome back. This is Still Whiskey. My name's Rich.
I'm Vince.
I'm Devin.
And today we get into a Connemara Irish whiskey 12-year version, Black Tin. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, we're getting into a black label Connemara 12-year
12 years.
Irish whiskey. But as if that wasn't enough,
I'm excited
we've
about
got
it.
a special guest.
We need one more
We
glass.
do?
We do!
Oh!
My dad from Ireland. Come on in, get involved, get an extra glass. We're gonna need an extra glass.
Alright, I got it.
So this is a 12-year-old in the barrel pot still whiskey from Connemara. Connemara, the east coast of Ireland, and it's out of the Teeling Whiskey Distillers Group, and it's under a Kilbeggan name. We want to try it.
Gonna be delicious.
I think for this episode we're gonna need some subtitles.
No, that's
We can
great.
throw some subtitles
No,
in.
For you guys?
so they can read the
Oh,
Canadian.
understand.
For they can read the
Could you stop? Could you So listen, Connemara though is definitely amongst my favorite Irish whiskeys. In fact, it may be the regular
I think it's my
Connemara
favorite.
may be my favorite Irish whiskey.
And why is that?
Because it's delicious. It's peated.
Peated, okay.
It's buttery.
Yep.
Yes.
It's smooth. It's smoky. It is delicious.
Yeah, because I think for a lot of people that have had Irish,
Yeah.
they don't know that there are some peated versions, right? You
That's
get some
true.
Scotch. So peated, if you're not used to that, it's the smokiness, right? On Scotch, you'll get some of those smoky, people will call smoky, right?
Yeah.
And so you don't get that.
This isn't smoky.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's different.
It smells smokier than it
smoldery.
tastes.
Yeah.
I say smoldery.
Smoldering.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it though. It does have a peated aspect to it, but it is so buttery.
Yeah.
A lot of times you have one or the other.
Yep.
Here we've got them both.
Well, and with Irish, you've got a lot of the butteriness, right? Like Redbreast 12, with a lot of different things, you get that
That's true.
butteriness. This has got the best of both, and it's not overpowering smoky.
it's already more mellow on the nose than.
Which is a contrast I don't think I've ever actually realized is that a lot of Irish whiskeys have that buttery note. This does too, but in more of a peated
Yep.
offering.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the regular. Never had the 12. What do you guys think?
So right off the bat, I feel like it's a little bit more mellow.
Yeah, it's not as peated
On the nose?
smelling,
Yeah.
as the previous ones.
What is the year on the other? On the
The standards 3.5.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the one in the
that's a big
green
jump.
bottle,
Yeah.
the green label bottle, and the green pot.
3 to 5, it's still really
young.
good for that.
So
how young
good.
that
So
is,
young
yeah.
though.
So good.
And it's really affordable. This bottle comes in at around 80, 82, $83.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little harder to get, obviously.
Yep.
I don't know that have we done an Irish whiskey on the channel?
No.
I don't think we have. Hey,
Welcome to the real world,
Hey.
guys.
cheers to you.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Ian.
Yeah.
All right, what do
I
we
feel
got?
like the audience will understand our Canadian friend a lot more now than now that they've met the Godfather himself.
Yeah, I'm the Canadian from Ireland.
Godfather.
The
Oh
Godfather.
wow.
Yeah.
That is so smooth.
This is very, very different though than the
Wow.
regular. Can someone grab the regular Connemara and maybe
Oh, it
some
is.
glasses? This is
Wow.
I like
very,
this.
very different.
For me, like, because like the Connemara,
Okay.
the normal one, I
So
do
this
like
your
that.
regular?
Yeah, it is a little bit more peated than I like usually prefer.
Yeah.
This one just like with the age
This is
that it has on
very
it,
smooth.
and it's still got like the Irish to it, but then it's got that little hint of the peat that comes through, and that's what kind of sits on the finish. It doesn't hit you right up front really hard. It just sits on the finish.
This is interesting. It's almost like the peated kind of vibe is dialed down
Yes.
compared to the regular.
Yep, I agree.
But the buttery vibe, the more traditional Irish whiskey vibe is dialed up.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But it's the same product, just aged longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also aged quite a lot longer. You said 3.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
3.5, yeah.
And 12 years. And so,
Which makes sense, right? Because the younger whiskeys that you get, usually you're going to get a lot of harsher notes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
whatever is kind of the more prevalent flavor, note, smell of that's what's going to come out because it's younger. But with this, because it's aged longer, you're getting more of the natural Irish.
It's yeah.
with that, but it still has that bottom piece of.
It's definitely lighter. It's definitely lighter. Almost. I would compare this almost to a spot. To one of the
Green spots?
maybe yellow spot.
Yellow spot was the.
Whereas this I would never compare to that.
No, this is velvet. This is pure velvet.
Yeah, this one just it's like a punch, and this is like a slice at the throat, right? Like you're feeling it, but
Spoken
then
in true Irish terms. That's great.
Slice of
That's
the
great.
throat.
This is where we take your kneecaps out.
Here's the problem with this. I'm just gonna tell you my problem with it.
You drink all of it in one
I
night.
would drink it all. Because it doesn't even, it's like it's just water.
Vince,
But not water.
we only have one bottle.
Yeah, and you know what? I appreciate the gift. All the way from Ireland. I will take care of it for tonight.
I'm sure you will.
All right, so keep the
To
regular
be honest,
on the left.
I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be my bottle, even though it was his parents. It's supposed to be my bottle.
That is a lie.
And then he kind of took it from me.
That's
Like,
pretty. That's pretty.
So we're going to fight over the bottle then.
I mean, but I
It's
did
not
figure
bad.
if it ended up here in the loft that I would still end up with it. And
This
so.
is true. So right hand is the 12. Left hand is the regular, which is 3.5.
I'm gonna have a drink real quick.
Yeah, I think
It's
night and day different.
even different on the nose.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I gotta.
I'm such a fan of Connemara.
I've always thought the standard Connemara was really good, but this is new league stuff. Really,
So I
guys.
think, so I think the peatiness of the original Connemara
Yep.
overpowers the youngness of the whiskey itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
So
that's how they
you
cover-
lose a lot of the
Yeah.
pieces that would be not as appealing on the youngness, right? And so you got like, okay, this is Connemara that, but then you get this, you get a great whiskey with that flavor that they bring with this one, like the peatiness that comes from it.
Right.
I might be controversial here, but I'm gonna say there's no doubt this is a you can tell it's more premium. It's a better.
Sure.
However, the regular is so good.
It's still
It's so good, and there might be moments where I prefer this because I do tend to kind of want a bit of the peated,
Right.
and so you get that here, but then it finishes so buttery and smooth.
So smooth.
Yeah.
That I can't say that like this one is far less than this one or this. And I like them both so much. They're just different.
I would agree
They're
with
really
that.
different.
I'm surprised by how different these are. Just very different complexions, very different finish, especially. Right on the palate, slightly different, but on the finish, it's very different. For 3.5 years, this is one of the most amazing products you'll ever drink, in my opinion. Especially the price. What is the price on this?
for that you're probably talking $35.
$35.
In the US,
amazing.
in the US, I think we're sitting at about 45 to 50. Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. That's why we get.
I will say this for the people that don't like peatiness, because that was me coming into a lot
yes,
of this.
yeah. Well,
Right?
12.
You're
Like the
You're gonna
12,
love 12
it
little.
gets you that. It gets you into that door, right? Where you
Yes.
like. I will say this was easier than Lagavulin. Like you do this versus Lagavulin,
sure,
like this was easier.
Butterier.
This is even easier to like work you to that, right?
Yep.
Would I ever go to this if I had this? Probably not, because
Oh, really?
because
Really?
peaty isn't something that I'm always. I like the
Wow.
the parts it brings. I like the pieces it brings to
Yeah.
the whole flavor profile. But like I love like on Irish like the butteriness, like that's my go-to. Redbreast 12 is my go-to, and
Yeah.
this gives me that plus a
It
little
does.
bit of that peatiness.
Here's what I would say. I would turn to this one, and then I'd turn to this one.
That made no sense.
I mean, I would open up this kind of like because I would open up this one as good, like it's so smooth, it's so easy, it's so
It
good,
is fantastic.
and then afterwards I just might want
No,
a
I
little
think
heavier.
what you're really trying to say, Vince, is you would go to this one
Yes,
and you would open it
yes,
and you would drink it
yes.
until it was finished, and then you would go to this one.
But I see what you're saying, right? Like
think
it's
you're
like,
right, Ian. I
you
think
start
you-
with this one. This gets you the low bits, and then when you want that finish, which is the peatiness comes through on the finish of this.
Yes.
You would then come to this, which just hits you hard with the peatiness, right?
Hard is I wouldn't say hard.
Harder than this.
Yes,
Yeah, but you're not into the Scotch.
it's not like a
yes.
not
Not-
like a
A Lefroy or
Lefroy.
or an Ardbeg or anything like that.
Exactly.
No, for sure. But it is definitely a step different. Like I was
Yes.
surprised how less this was.
All right, let's
than
grade
this.
them.
Okay, before we do that, let me just finally say this.
What is?
If you can get this bottle, the regular Connemara,
Yep.
Go for it.
it is absolutely out of this world for a 3.5-year whiskey. At this price point, even in America, it is out of this world.
Yep.
Toast,
100%.
buttered, smoky, peaty, rich in flavor, fantastic, smooth on the finish, amazing. This one is more of a traditional Irish, carries some of those characteristics, but leans, to your point, much more redbreast type whiskey than this one does.
Yeah.
And this one leans a little bit more Scotch maybe. But both are amazing, just different complexions.
Yeah.
Give the 12 your grade at $82.
$82?
$82.
It's a steal, guys.
It's a steal.
It's a steal.
S for steel.
Oh, an
S
S for
for
S
steel.
for me.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, like, I'm sitting like at an A+ for this one. Like, for me, it's just like it hits all the
Okay.
pieces I like and gives a little bit of that peatiness that I want to get into, but without feeling like I'm chewing on firewood.
I'm gonna give it an A, and let me explain why I'm gonna give it an A. I'm giving it an A for one reason only. I like peated, and I get it. It's aged. I get it. That's what happens.
Sure.
It gets smoother. I like this one so much. I like this one is just so smooth. But I'm gonna say this is, for me, it's an A.
Wow. Okay. I would give this an A-. And the reason I would give it an A- is not because
Taking the bottle.
it's not because
I know.
He's an orphan.
I just got disowned.
I've been adopted. and I will take it.
You're watching it happen right now.
I give it an S.
These two just got adopted, and I am suddenly homeless. But here's what I'll say. I would say A-, not because it's not phenomenal. I actually think it is. It's just when you put it next to this.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
get
saying.
that.
I get it.
I just don't think the delta is really as significant as you would expect it to be, given the price difference, given the age difference. I think this is an S+++ at that price point. I really do.
It's a
And so
great-
therefore, this was always going to be tough for this to beat, especially when you're jumping in price to the point of 2-3x.
Yep.
And so it's A- for me, only because we're putting them next to each other.
Tough
Yeah.
to beat because this is your
So good.
go-to
It's
flavor profile.
It's my
Like,
go-to flavor
And I actually
profile
share
for
that.
Irish whiskey.
I share that same-
Maybe even like this is my go-to top Irish whiskey, but it's also in my top 5 of the UK,
Yeah.
including Scotches.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
No
for sure.
problem.
Yeah. Like, I would take this for sure over a lot of scotches we have, just because
Yes.
it has the complexity of
Yes.
that. But because of what I like, that's why I put this higher. Yeah.
Sure. And I
then
think
that's-
that makes
yeah.
sense. I think that makes sense.
I think it's the best.
Whoa.
All right,
Whoa.
so-
I
At-
think these bottles are far better than any other Scotch or Irish that.
bold.
I
At
personally think.
$82, is it a buy?
Yes.
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 Yep. All right. Yeah. No, I mean,
For
easy
you?
buy. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Either way, still whiskey.
Whiskey.
Still whiskey.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, like, comment, make sure you subscribe.
Yep.
We have guest appearances now,
Yeah.
even from Ireland. Or
We have to
Canada.
pay for him to get here from Ireland. So
Is
I
it
mean,
Canada?
Like,
Is it Ireland?
The Godfather, I think, is Canadian Ireland.
The way
Well, it doesn't matter to me because I'm homeless.
Because we're here. The whiskey's
All right.
great, guys.
yeah.
Hey,
Check it out.
thanks for watching.
We love you.
We'll see you next time.
I think you took the longest time to let us taste this.
Oh, geez.